2019-2020 induction ceremony of the Nordonia chapter of the National Honor Society. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. At this time, the symphonic chorale, under the direction of Mr. Pickering, will perform the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the
Please be seated. At this time, our principal, Mr. Wright, would like to welcome you to this special event.
Parents, family, friends, and of course our students, welcome to our National Honor Society induction ceremony. Special thank you to Dr. Joe Clark, our superintendent, our treasurer, and his team. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We appreciate all the support you give our students. I see you back there, Dr. Clark. We really appreciate everything you do for us. And being here for things like this is incredible to have your support. So thank you and your team for being here. So thank you, Joe. And also a very special thanks to two of our advisors, Ms. Coleman, Ms. York. The organization you put into a National Honor Society, the hard work that you'll see today is just amazing. We're in awe of the work you do, and we appreciate everything that you do for us, so thank you. Parents, family, friends, thank you for taking your time out of your busy day to spend here with us today. We appreciate you coming in, and we know our students are thankful that you can join us here today. Before we begin this ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate all students for being recognized today. But in fact, just to be nominated to be a member of this group is an impressive accomplishment. This accomplishment is a culmination of years of your hard work and dedication. Students who have been accepted, please understand that you are the best among our highest achieving students. And please understand how proud we are of all of you. Our National Honor Society seeks to honor students who demonstrate excellence in all of these areas: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Students, you are going to be inducted at a formal induction ceremony. During this ceremony, we'll light candles that demonstrate these core values. You will also have the opportunity to recite the pledge. To these students that are inducted, when you recite this pledge, please take a moment to reflect on what that oath is asking of you and what that demonstrates of you. Students, I cannot emphasize enough how proud we are of all of you. When you step up here tonight, we understand the hard work you put into your classroom and in all aspects of your life that went into this moment. And this is our opportunity to say thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce our National Honor Society President, who will guide us through today's ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wright. We're lucky to be joined today with Lanjari Gupta. Ms. Gupta has a Bachelor of Science degree in Electronics and Telecommunications Engineering from India. After moving to the United States in 1994, she has become a successful entrepreneur, business coach, motivational speaker, co-founder of iAchieve Group, and mother of 2 wonderful children. Please join me in welcoming Manjari Gupta.
Thank you, Madison, and I wanted to get this. I got it. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Madison, so much. And congratulations, firstly, to all the new inductees. I know you're all sitting in the audience, and you got to know how proud the school is of you. You know, you have this superb education. And actually, you know what? I want to give a big hand to all your friends and family who always supported you. And you know, give them a big hand, big hand. You know, they are missing out. They're probably missing out on what they're doing today, and you know, and they're here to support you. And you got to remember this all through your life. You got to remember that you will have their support, okay? And I'm going to be very fast, very quick, so let me get on to what I want you to do now. I want you to imagine. Imagine that you have $86,400 in your account. How many of you would like that? I would like that, okay? That's money, right? And you lose, you know, someone steals $10 from you. What are you going to do with the remaining $86,390? Are you like so upset that you're going to spend all this money and get back to that one person who has stolen that $10 from you? Are you going to do that? Or are you going to be like, you know what, let me just move on, let me just live my life. Move on, live my life, right? I hope all of you do that, right? And that's what you need to remember. See, you all have the 86,400 seconds per day. So do not let anyone's negative 10 seconds ruin your entire day. You got to remember that. All right? And this will only happen if you have some confidence boosters in place. Let's call them confidence boosters, okay? So I'm just going to go over quickly about a few things on how you can achieve confidence, okay? And most of you probably know all of it. The thing is to apply it, all right? Firstly, you need to cut out the negative self-talk. And we all have this. It's like weeds in a garden. You don't need to plant them. You don't need to fertilize them. You don't need to grow them. They grow anyways. But when you want to put in a flower or you want to grow a flower garden, what do you have to do? Make sure it has enough sunlight. You have to make sure it's watered correctly. You want to make sure it has the correct soil that's needed for it. Same way, when you have a negative thought, you need to remember all the things that are going right in your life. You know, you got to remember what you can be thankful for. So you need to remember to flip the script. You know, I've seen my son do this. He'll be so upset about something, and within 20 minutes, he'll be focused on something else and doing it really well. You know, kids, we can learn so many things from them. So all of you are kids here still, right? Under 18, all of you inductees and all of the National Honor Society members, we as adults can learn so much from them too, right? We need to flip the script. So that's the first confidence booster that I wanted to talk to about. Second, you need to learn the art of self-discipline. Doing things even when you don't feel like, doing the right things even when you don't feel like. Like I said, if somebody gives you negative 10 seconds of their life, you don't want to spend the remaining day thinking about it or trying to get back at them. You want to discipline yourself to do the right thing by yourself, you know? So that's something you need to know. Therefore, you need to talk the talk, which we all do. You know, when we have friends, we make promises to them or to our family, but we need to remember to keep up with what we have said, and not just to them. Talk the talk to yourself. When you make yourself a promise, you want to make sure you see through it. And this will only happen if you follow what your gut feeling is. You know, mostly our conscience, our gut is usually right. It always tells us, teaches us the right things, right? It tells us to be compassionate, kind. It teaches us to have integrity and morals and things we do. So we need to remember that. And talking the talk is great, but you got to walk the walk. You know, and there are people who will just talk, 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 and talk, talk, talk. But that's great, because that's definitely the first step. But you got to walk the walk. You have to put an action on things that you believe in, okay? If you have a dream or a goal that you want to achieve, you want to put in action, because without action, nothing happens. And it brings me to the fifth point, which is you've got to be present in your relationships. And what does that mean? You know, we always have people who give us the confidence in our lives. And you want to make sure that you are present for that, present in your relationships. And you know, I have read this book many years ago, and I still pick it up once in a while. It's called Skills with People. It's this thin. All of us can probably read it within an hour. It's by Les Giblin. And you know, he talks one thing about building new relationships. It's a very easy thing and something that we all can relate to. He talks about saying that, he says that every human being, all of us human beings, all of us are more interested in ourselves than we are in the other person. So when you are starting a new relationship, a new friendship, you have to do that. You have to remember that. The next person is more interested in themselves than they are in you. So let them talk. Let them talk about themselves. And that's fine. And you know what? They will go away thinking you're the most wonderful conversationalist. And that's the start of a great friendship, okay? Because once they do let them talk, there will be a time when you will get to talk too, okay? And the sixth thing is you want to dress to impress. Dressing always gives you confidence, but I'm not talking about dressing to impress somebody else, but you got to dress to impress yourself. You don't have to be trendy, you don't have to be in the in clothes all the time, in the in looks all the time, but you want to be comfortable with what you wear, what you are, how you carry yourself, because that's the only way you will feel confident in what you're doing. Okay, no one really cares, unless you're a model, I guess. Otherwise, no one really cares how you're dressing. If you have a great attitude, people will give you the confidence and you will feel good about yourself, okay? Seventh, be your own superhero. So you must learn to champion yourself, you must learn how to clap for yourself, okay? And you know, it's all very well to be very humble and very self-depreciating. I know, I was raised in India, anyone from India, you all know. No one, you know, your parents don't praise you, you don't praise your things that you have, you don't praise anything because you're supposed to be so humble. That's how you grow up there, okay? So I know how that is. But there's nothing wrong in standing up for yourself. Nothing wrong in standing up for things you believe in. Nothing wrong for standing up for your goals and dreams. And you don't have to be rude, but there is nothing wrong in being assertive about things that you believe in. Because you know, you all need to remember that you're worth it. Just by being born, you're worth it. You're worth of having a great life, okay? Now, I have something that I need to, lastly, I want you all to imagine an apartment. I want you all to imagine a mental apartment. This is the place that you live with your thoughts. And for years on, since childhood, since we were toddlers, we have been observing, sifting, sorting, cataloging all the things that happen around us, all the things that have happened to us, and all the things that people have told to us, whether or not these things were good. And you know, like I said, talked about the weeds in the beginning, weeds just grow. So chances are a lot of the information in your mental apartment is a lot of negative about yourself. It's just natural, weeds just grow. Okay, and now let's say it's 4 o'clock. And let's say Mr. Wright and his family, Miss Coleman and her family, they all say, you know, we are going to come to your mental apartment and we are going to get rid of all of this old and weary furniture that you have in there. So they come at 4 o'clock and they remove all of this furniture and they take it away and keep it in the garage. And it's 5 o'clock and they're like, okay, see you later. And you're standing all alone in your mental apartment. You're like, whoa, this is great. I don't have any negative thoughts. This is so good. But now it's 6 o'clock, and you're like getting hungry. So what do we do? What do most of us do? We go back to the garage and we pick out the chipped plate. We pick out the old microwave that doesn't even work properly. We bring in a frozen entree because we're hungry, right? We bring in the old TV. And why do we do that? Why do we go back and get all that negative thoughts back? Even though we know these thoughts are not good for us. But that's a natural tendency. All of us do that. But now it's 7 o'clock. And Mr. Wright and his family and Miss Goldman and her family, they come back again to your mental apartment. And this time, they come back with a truck full of brand new furniture, which is the good, positive thoughts. So they come to your mental apartment and they again remove all of this old stuff. And this time, they don't take it to the garage. They take it out and burn it up, so you cannot go and bring it back. But they furnish your mental apartment with all this brand new furniture, which is the good, positive thoughts. So that's what we all need to work on all the time. Replace furniture by furniture, thought by thought, word by word, and action by action. I hope this helps, and thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate it. And here's back to Madison.
Thank you, Ms. Gupta. The membership of the Nordonia chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities held in high esteem by the society. These qualities, including leadership, scholarship, service, and character, are symbolized by the 4 unlit candles on the table. The one lit candle represents the society's torch, the external light of knowledge. We will now review the qualities of membership for the candidates. Leadership. Leaders should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests to the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in an organization, they're ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead is a substantive charge to each of our members.
Scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Service. I hold an office of service. Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of a day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or without recognition is a quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Character. Character is the force within each individual that distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force of character which guides one through life and, once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, striving daily to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be, in reality, what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that this society values character.
We will now continue with the induction of new members.
As secretary, I have the responsibility to document the historical record of this society. The students about to be inducted have displayed the best that Nordonia has to offer in scholarship, leadership, service, and character. As your name is called, please step into the aisle and a current member will escort you to the back of the auditorium. New inductees will then be escorted to the stage where they will sign the membership book, receive their membership certificate, and obtain their membership candle. From the class of 2020, Caitlin Buckles, Nicole Gerhard, Ramadeep Kaur, Emily Morrison, Parmi Boltani, Zachary Westbrooks, Rebecca Weston. From the class of 2021, Lindsay Beattie, Michaela Bell, Taylor Blazek,
Mackenzie Borsch. Emma Chase. Karina Kalka. Jessica Dasher. Catherine Donovan. Julia Delaney. Serene Fawaz. Cynthia Pisa. Dylan Flynn. Madeline Ford. Cole Gables. Sean Garvey. Robin Gottrup. Jacob Grams. Sydney Hazelton. Greta Heiser. Natalie Henson. Louis Hover. Matthew Krosky. Jason Kodak. Grace Caperna. Claire Kremnar. Sarah Lone. Serena Long. Hallie Majuris.
Aliana Mason. Sydney McIntyre. Mercer, Hannah Minnix, Riley Monroe, Laleen Multani, Caroline Orzakowski, Kushi Patel, Lorna Picoult, Gwen Putz, Grace Rainier, Jordan Reynolds, Allie Seward, Mia Bellostaco, Olivia Tyndall, Jennifer Tomei, Jake Tomkovich, Corinne Turner, Emily Boo, Julia Walsh, Evan White, Samantha Weehee, Spencer Will, Natalie Wertz,
from the center torch and proceed to light the current members and new inductees candle. After all the candles are lit, we will recite the oath. To conclude the inductions, will all members of National Honor Society stand and recite the oath. If any adult guests in the audience today were members of their high school's National Honor Society, we encourage you to join us in standing and reciting the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purpose of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, leadership, character, and service. And this concludes our ceremony. Student guests in the audience will be excused back to class. Parents, new inductees, and current members are invited to the IMC for a reception to begin after photographs are taken on stage. Parents, families, and friends, we thank you for attending today's induction ceremony. And to our new members, welcome. Thank you all for celebrating with us and have a great day.